Hello, welcome to
Sissy Time.
I'm Nella DeVito.
And I'm Mary Desmond.
And we are sisters with a 15-year age gap that spans over 27 years.
I'm a millennial Gen Z baby.
And I'm a Gen Xer.
I'm the youngest sibling of our 8-sibling family.
And I'm the eldest sister. It's just us two girls in the entire clan of Desmonds.
We have 6 brothers, by the way, so you can see how much Sissy Time means to us.
This podcast is all about our relationship as sissies, how we see the world differently, but also the same, how our relationship started, how it has transformed over time, and how we hope to see it grow and flourish in the future.
We wanted to start a podcast so that listeners could get a peek into what our Sissy Time looks like, and sounds like, and feels like. We talk about some of our favorite things as sissies, such as music, creativity, nature, wellness, fairies, and more.
But we also dive deeper on some more profound, eye-opening topics. We really wanted a space where we could come together as sissies and work through some stuff, and invite our listeners to dive deeper in their own lives.
Here's to Sissy Time.
So, get a cup of tea.
Maybe some snacks and a blanket.
Get cozy, y'all. Because it's
Sissy Time!
That's the intro. We want to take
Talent.
How have we never done this before? We're in it. We're doing it.
We're in it.
Everybody.
Hey,
We are
hey, y'all.
recording on the Zoom. Mel has her bevy. I have my coffee.
I have 2 bevies.
It's a 2 bevy family. That's how we do it.
That's how we roll.
Hydration
And the dehydration.
Oh, Tim
Tim-
Riggins.
There he is.
There he
Hey,
is.
y'all.
Wow. Hey, Tim.
Hey.
Hey, if we're talking Friday Night Lights, my hair is giving Tammy Taylor.
100% giving
I
Tammy
just want
Taylor
you all
vibes.
to know that, first of all, I did it myself.
You done did it herself.
I did the balayage myself. I think I did a really good
Is
job.
it belayage or I thought it's balayage.
It's like ombre balayage. This is box mix, man, and I think I crushed it. And then these are heatless curls. Do you know about heatless curls?
Did you use the sock?
I did not use the sock. I used
Bobby pins?
I kind of like twisted my hair.
Yes.
And then I did put some heat on it just to blow dry it to like.
Oh, sure. You gotta let it set. It's gotta
right.
set.
But then
Yeah.
otherwise it just would have been kind of fluffy. So I just did the twists, and then this is the day after.
Mary, I'm here for it. 100%.
Your hair for it?
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. Yeah, Tammy Taylor hair. You unlocked the world into Tammy Taylor hair for me.
Well, I did it for you. I don't know if I had been doing it. It was easier for me to make you look like Tammy Taylor than to allow myself at that time in my life to do my own Tammy Taylor hair. For reasons we'll talk about it on another episode probably. Mary, as we're talking about this hair, I'm getting my hair colored in 2 weeks, and so I need your help.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Are
send
you going back to the curly cut lady?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Tiffany. This is a shout out to Tiffany Schwab, my hairdresser. She's the queen. She started doing Corey's hair. Corey got an amazing haircut. It's like short and punky, like 80s curly. It's so good. I'm gonna send you my hair board, Mare, and I'd love your opinions.
Fantastic.
I'm feeling Nell might be entering her blonde era.
Oh, I like that. I'm here for it.
Okay, so I'm going to send you a variety of blonde options.
Okay. So just like mixture of brunette and blonde, or
check out what I just sent you.
Okay.
There's a variety here.
So I can focus.
Oh, okay. I kind of wanted you to look
Unless
down,
you want me. Okay, in live. Okay.
Just do it. Let's do it live. Like we can always edit it out. Just do it.
Oh yeah, this is fantastic. This one's really good.
Let me say
this was.
I like it too.
This was my inspiration when I did my hair.
Lindsay likes this one.
That's a good one too. It kind of reminds me of Nell's hair circa like 2014.
Well, Lindsay also liked this one. I think it's a little too light, but I like it, but it's a little too light.
Because our complexion doesn't.
This girl, I like this, but
that's great.
It might be too chunky. I don't know anything
it's a little,
too chunky in the front.
You can go light. You can dial that down.
I kind of want to dial down. You feel?
Yes. This would bring out the definition in your curls.
Yes.
we're on the exact same, I think, wavelength of what we want to
Yes.
do with our hair right now. Because I got a curly cut from a place down the
Yes,
street from
sis.
me,
I
and
love it.
I'm glad it goes both ways. Like I can do it like this and also
That's right.
oh,
right.
let me show the listeners the peak hair I
Let
had
me
the other
show
day.
let me show the listeners. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
this
girl.
is
That's the one you sent me. That's the
yeah,
one you sent me. It's epic.
it was
It's great.
popping, dude.
Oh, so popping. The ringlets are out. I'm feeling
Yeah.
this. I'm feeling this.
Yes. I
Tone
think that's
down.
it.
Tone
Tone
down.
down.
Which I
And
think is actually
do you
this
think
maybe?
the bangs era is over?
Oh, the bangs are over. No,
Yeah.
never again.
It's
I
a
just can't.
sensory thing. I can't do it.
I can't do it. It's too much work.
It's too much work. This lady's radical, dude. This is
Oh, I
radical.
know. I know. That's the future. That's future
That's
when
the
it's
future.
that's the
We're
future.
looking into the future.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
yeah,
Well, thank you, Mary,
curly
for help.
hair, don't care.
Curly hair blonde era. Let's go.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Okay, we just figured it out. Now,
I'm pumped.
I'm pumped. Mary, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about Elvis.
Elvis
And
who?
we
Elvis
have
who?
Nelvis,
It's
Elvis
true.
Presley, but we have Nelvis in the midst here.
Elvis
Nelvis.
left the building permanently. Nelvis is currently in residence.
Correct. Also, I just want to say my beautiful angel partner, Carter, this morning said, you guys are doing the Elvisode. I was like, that's correct.
That's why I love you. That's one
all
of the
credit
many
goes to
reasons
Carter.
Thank you. I love that Carter is
Elvisode.
involved. This was a question that Rennie had for you. And he asked me, I was
me?
like, I was like, actually, I don't know, Rennie. I can't speak for her. I have to ask her. So he was like, you both love the King, Elvis Presley. So we were going to talk about. He's like, but you also really love Neil Diamond. He was like, who do you think Mary's number 2 or equal is to the King? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if she feels the same way about Neil Diamond.
1, 2, 3, Otis Redding.
There you go. Have it, ladies and gentlemen. Mary's number 2.
Like, as far as like
Otis
Redding, as far as like just like giving it his all, like soul completely committed to the music, performing, like, yeah, like that's why I would say he's up there. As far as like a solo performer, like, like I feel like they're in the same court similarly.
For sure.
They
had the energy. I think Neil is often called the Jewish Elvis. So yes. I clearly have a type.
I do like Neil Diamond a lot.
But he's not your number 2. It's okay. I love Otis.
Yeah.
I think what we're hitting on here, perhaps the theme with all 3 of these gentlemen, is soul.
Correct. They have it. They've got the talent. They had talent.
They had talent.
It's that raw, just like, they're having fun. And they are just like thoroughly enjoying themselves. And sometimes that means like getting almost to the brink of tears, like they feel what they're saying.
Okay, so this is a great through line, Mary, to follow up question. or just for discussion, because I want to tie it back to the overall theme of the podcast, which is generational perspectives and family and sisters. Can you remember the first time that you heard an Elvis song, or like you had a dance party to Elvis? Like, what's your origin story with the King?
That's a really good question. I feel like the first memories I have are like of listening to like earlier, like still in the 50s, like era Elvis, Jailhouse Rock and stuff like that. I don't remember like a very specific memory though, of Elvis. And then I think as I got a little bit older, there was a time period where you had an Elvis CD, maybe like the greatest hits, the gold CD, and we were listening to it, and the Little Less Conversation remix came on. And that's when I knew, I was like, oh shit, like I'm obsessed with this. Like that's like what, how when you look at Rory, our nephew Rory, he starts grooving.
Yeah.
come on, come on, come on, come on. Like,
come on.
that's when I was like, I could feel it. Like, I was
Yeah.
like dancing. I couldn't tell myself. Like, it was
Yeah.
so good. I was
Yeah.
like, this is awesome. So that was, I think, my first, like, hearing that, like, specifically that remix was like
Yeah.
very impactful, very impactful. But then I remember Gert and I, my brother Matthias and I, listening to that CD like on repeat. And like we would go through like the ones into like the later songs. And I just love the progression. I love being fascinated by his outfits, you know, like the excellent outfits towards the end of just like the dazzling, you know?
I'm here for it, Mary, in every possible way.
What about you?
Okay, this is really funny and so on brand for Nell.
Fantastic.
So when I was like 6 or 7 years old, they made Elvis and Me into a TV miniseries. And I had probably heard Elvis, but I wasn't like, but we had a basement in that house, and then that's where the TV was. And poor mom's just like literally trying to have alone time. It's like all the kids are in bed, and I'm like, she's up to something. She's doing something downstairs. I'm gonna go find out because I don't want to be in bed. And I know she's enjoying herself. That's not allowed. My poor dear mother. So I sneak downstairs, and I'm not exaggerating. I like snuck, and I saw this man on the television, this character, and they were calling him Elvis, and I was like, who is that? And whoever that actor was, I'll have to Google it. I was like, he was playing Elvis. I like this.
Wow.
And I remember what I was like, oh, I like this guy, the way this guy moves, but I didn't know that it was like, do you know what I mean? I think it was like, yeah, I was 6 or 7. So it wasn't computing to like, but I could sense like, this is obviously a special person. There's this movie. So then I would say the music, Elvis was always kind of around, but our parents didn't play well, yeah, there were times when we had music, but like it wasn't on all the time. Anyway, 4th grade, 9 years old, become really good friends with Laura Edwards, and Laura Edwards is obsessed with Elvis. And when I mean obsessed, like her mom and dad are listening to Elvis. I'm like, Elvis is everywhere. I'm like, oh, okay. And we would listen to In the Ghetto. I mean, these are kind of weird things that fourth graders are doing, like 9-year-old little girls playing with Barbies, going, yeah, play In the Ghetto again. Like, that's just kind of weird. We were weird little girls, and we would listen to that and then alternate between the Beach Boys, but we're not here to talk about the Beach Boys today. But geniuses in their own right. Yeah, that and Kentucky Rain. And then it was like, okay, I love this. But I very early on, and this is a segue into the next piece of this memory, or slash how I want to talk about Elvis. Very soon established that I was a late stage Elvis, post 68 comeback Elvis girl. I very quickly at the Edwards house was like, yeah, I don't really care about Jailhouse Rock. I'm into this, perhaps the authentic Elvis. Mary, what was your experience?
I had a shift as well. I think the early Elvis is really good. I don't know if I resonate as much with it. I think it was great for what it was, but yeah, like I also had a shift where I was like, I like the outfits. I like just like the extravagance of him. I think Baz Luhrmann really like showcased that really well in the Elvis movie, because Baz Luhrmann's style is very like in your face, like campy, like just so aggressively like gaudy. And just that era of Elvis is really great musically, but also very sad emotionally and like difficult for like his soul.
Well,
as
yeah,
that movie also depicts.
Well, Elvis was a twin. Twin didn't make it. Gladys, the mother, was super protective, overprotective. I can't imagine what that did to him.
Yeah.
And her and the whole family.
Yeah.
And that really formed, I mean, those are core that's like this programming.
Yeah, exactly.
He was in a lot of pain.
He was, and then he expressed himself through music.
Yeah.
And like he resonated so deeply with like Black music in Memphis that he felt like it was allowing to express himself in a way that he couldn't do in any other way, which I think is like really, really impactful. But yeah, I think like as he got more like influenced into like the music scene, like it's just the him being used as like a used, first of all, him being used, full stop, but him being just like absolutely like treated like a workhorse in the worst possible way is like really, really hard. And very much a reality of like the music industry today as well. But specifically that time, like way, way, way more acceptable, and like applauded to like really just like run musicians dry. Especially such like charismatic and like raw and authentic artists as Elvis. Makes me sad, but I'm just glad that like we get to enjoy his music. I feel like when I hear him sing, I just feel like so connected to the emotion that he portrays, and it allows me to think more deeply about my life and like how I express myself. And it inspires me so much. And I'm so grateful for Elvis. Like I remember when we watched the movie together, the Elvis movie by Baz Luhrmann, like we were both just like weeping by the end, like sobbing, just like in such a cathartic way. But just because we saw him, like we felt so connected to him throughout the movie, and also because like we see parts of ourselves in him. Um, but yeah, just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful man with a beautiful soul who just wanted to sing and share his gift with the world, and he did. And unfortunately, he's no longer with us. I wish he was. It's complex. The trauma that you bring up definitely, like when you know that part of him and know part of his story like that, you can really sense it in how he expresses himself in his music.
Shit, Mary, that's super deep. I don't know if I can go there right now.
You don't have to go there. I mean, that's just where I took it, but
I
it's also
well,
just fun to listen to, you know, if we just want to, you know, bring it up a little bit, just it doesn't have to be deep, you know, it can just
no.
be it's fucking fun to listen to. I
I
love
think that's a
dancing.
great I think that's what's great about him as an artist, and knowing that like he didn't write his own songs, but that he could take anyone's song and make it his own. I think is a testament to a vocal artist, right? Like it's not like, oh, Elvis was a sick guitarist. I don't know if he even can really play the guitar, like basic, but it's the voice. And that's something I think Elvis, people like solo singers like that, I always really respected, but I didn't think about it the way until I was like having a conversation with my partner, and he was like, singing, your voice is an instrument too. And I didn't understand. I didn't get that until I was like 35. So then I was like, oh, yeah, okay, it is an instrument. People listening to this are like, duh, no. But like, I just
No,
hadn't thought. I
I
had
get
like,
exactly
you're
what you're saying.
only a musician or you're only an artist if you can do
Mm-hmm.
all the things. And like, I can, do basics on a guitar, but, or, you got to write all your songs. Or it's like, no, some people are just have the ability to convey the feeling from their own perspective and how they arrange it to maybe it's done just like the person who originally performed it, like, and they need to release by performing it that way. That I think Elvis was doing that all the time. Like you said, I think the music and one of the reasons you feel deeply throughout, I think a lot of it is because he's using it as a way to emote, which he probably as a man at that time
Yes.
period was not able to do, and it was like, well, thank God he had music. Thank God we had him have music.
Yes. And that we can now like listen back to it and cherish it, and it continue to change and meaning throughout our lives.
What's your
Yeah, so
favorite?
that's
Oh, go,
what you say.
go, go, go,
I was
go,
just
go.
gonna say like about the men not exactly being able to express their feelings in a healthy
Yeah,
way in that time period or even before then. Like that's why music is so important. Kind of
that's
building
right.
off of last episode, like folk music, you know, any you go back and you look at generations and generations of music, and like you see people telling stories, you see people like emoting and processing in real time through music, which is just so beautiful and healing. So yeah, Elvis was definitely continuing that legacy of the beauty of music and its healing powers. Um, just wish, you know, he had somebody there with him, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. unfortunately. Anyway,
Okay.
we are keeping him alive right now. As we
We're
speak.
keeping him alive. We're keeping him alive. Let's get a little heavy because I think this is an important thing because it's a lot of talk. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like Elvis because they see him as he co-opted Black culture. It was, it's Black music in terms of his roots. Yeah, I mean, it's nuanced. I'm going to just say it's very nuanced, but I'm curious. Yeah, what are your thoughts as a millennial Gen Z cusper from like a more culturally aware perspective, I think, than myself? What's your beat? I want your beat.
I'm not a Elvisologist. I don't know exact 100% detail. I haven't researched this topic thoroughly. I've seen the Elvis movie, I've seen the Priscilla movie. I don't know this because I didn't know Elvis, but I don't think there was any malintent with him singing Black music. The co-opting of Black music was very much the idea of white producers in music industry at that time. They liked that Black music made people feel something, but they didn't want Black people to be the face of that. And they definitely didn't want Black people to profit off of that. So, that's why they kind of found like Elvis was like the perfect, guy to take on to assume that role. Because then it would, allow them to profit off of it, but it wouldn't allow Black people to profit off of it. Either like socially through like social capital of them being famous, but also literally just like monetary stuff. So that's absolutely like racism at action in the music industry.
For sure.
Upholding whiteness at all costs, which is extremely detrimental. I think Elvis growing up poor in Memphis, he had a solidarity with the Black community in a sense. Obviously couldn't fully experience what they went through, but I think he knew what pain felt like and he knew what it meant to be kind of othered by society and even othered within maybe his own family, just like so I think there was a relation there that they could kind of like bond over. And that's why I feel like the music was so impactful to him. Also, he liked the groove. Like the man liked to groove.
We don't know.
I'm not gonna say that he's the king of soul music. I'm not gonna say he's the king of rock and roll. I know you and I both know that he did not invent it. I think a lot of people know that he didn't invent it. And anyone who is saying that is upholding a narrative that is putting whiteness on a pedestal. He did not. It's like white Jesus. It's like Jesus is not white. Jesus is not white. Elvis is not the king of rock and roll. He was just a white guy who got really big because he was playing Black people's music. Because he loved it, and it's like,
yeah, but it's so funny because when I refer to him as the king, I'm not thinking of him as the king of rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just the king. It's like some dude's a king. I never thought about it being like, oh, the king of rock and roll.
I think some people,
but there are some people. Yes.
So I would beg those people to just like maybe just like take a second, just why do you consider him to be the king of rock and roll?
Which Elvis song would you go to right now if you were feeling like I want to groove right now?
Burning Love.
Okay, Burning Love. Now, Mary, you want to cry. Which one are you going to put on? Ooh.
Unchained Melody.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Unchained Melody.
Okay. You are just feeling so in love. So in love.
I guess like the obvious one is Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh, so darling.
That also makes me cry.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
What about you're angry? What do I gotta put on?
I don't know. Do you have one for that one?
Yeah, In the Ghetto, man.
In the Ghetto, yeah. True. System. Yeah, the System. Yeah, I was thinking like angry at a person, but like I rarely get angry at a person. The System. I always get angry at the System. In the Ghetto. God, that song will literally get me.
That's another episode. I always get angry at the System.
Always. Got him. I'm always angry at something so I am always angry at something so vague and abstract rather than tangible things. That's me to a core, dude.
She's on systems level. She's like, that system. Break. Coffee talk.
Oh my God. Coffee talk.
Yeah, let's see. If I want to groove, I did listen to Burning Love the other day, but I don't know if that's my go-to right now. I mean, I just love Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Do-do-do, do-do-do.
That's
Walk
a
a
good
mile
one.
in my shoes. Do-do-do, do-do-do. I mean, that's a do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. But he obviously said someone wrote that song. It was a black performer, and that version, the original version, is also very good. Just a different arrangement. Okay, I like that one. When I love me tender, love me
Oh,
true.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'll make you cry too.
Because like we all deserve to be loved tenderly. He
I
really
wish,
just wanted to be
ladies
loved
and gentlemen, I
tenderly.
wish you could see my sister's face right now. It's so sincere, and she's just like, we all
And you know
deserve.
what? We all want to be loved tenderly, and we are
Yes.
all wholly deserving of being loved
Okay.
tenderly.
Girl is preaching right now because she's got the
Okay?
2 fingers out. That's a Vicky. Go, girl. What else do you want
I
to
mean,
say about loving tenderly?
love me tender, love me true.
All my dreams fulfilled.
God, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Everyone should.
It's a, but it's also
Yeah.
like, you can't be fulfilled by somebody else,
You
Elvis. I
can't.
feel like
You can't.
that's not
Yeah.
gonna, okay, that's my preach.
Okay.
Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in the world, that's all, everyone obviously listening to this really niche podcast. Ain't nobody else gonna love you as well as you can love yourself. Okay? I'm gonna say that one more time. Ain't nobody gonna love you as well and as much as you love yourself. And if you are not loving yourself, nobody's gonna come in and love on you. And
Mm-mm.
if they say they are, ain't no good. Okay? You gotta love yourself.
It requires no condition, gang. It requires no condition. And that's the beauty of Elvis's song there, like the way he
Thank you.
sings it, because it can shift meaning. Love
Yes.
me tender, that's you talking to yourself just
Oh,
as
girl,
much as
I
it's you
love
talking to
it.
somebody else, you know?
Oh,
You make your dreams come true. Yeah.
yes, sis.
Listen,
Yes. Are we at church right now? Are
we are
we
a
at
church.
church?
We are a
This
church.
is literally a church, Mary. This
Yeah.
is church.
So you said that song was originally written by a black artist?
Yes.
I didn't know that. See, okay.
Walk a
Walk
mile in
my
my shoes.
okay.
It's a freedom anthem.
Yeah, walk
He's
a mile in my
talking
shoes.
about, you
I'm gonna look
before
into
you
that
criticuse. I'm gonna pull it up right
and
now.
criticize and abuse.
Also,
I'm gonna look that up. And I also want to call attention, if anybody doesn't know quite yet, You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog is not an original Elvis song as well. That was Mama Thornton. What is that? Let me look that up. Hound Dog. Big Mama Thornton. Yep, Big Mama Thornton originally wrote and performed You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog.
okay,
Very
so
different than Elvis.
okay. So it was the song, the lyricist actually was a white man. But get ready for this. Walk a Mile in My Shoes is attributed as an indigenous proverb and popularized in the 1895 poem by Mary T. Now I'm going to look up this Mary T human being. Yeah, it's an indigenous. So again, another
Wow.
another
Another
layer,
layer.
another layer, another layer.
Wow. This is a great lesson in not only examining how whiteness can erase the origin of beautiful things sometimes, as far
Mm-hmm.
as like how deeply we think about things. And yeah, like Walk a Mile in My Shoes, the Elvis version, it lives in our head, we love it. But it's like how often we're really digging deeper into like the origin of it, like where it really came from, and then what are we finding when we really dig into the origins of it. That's so beautiful. I would have found that out.
Yeah, so this woman, okay, 2 bits. I feel like we're doing the Claire. So the book, it was a poem written by a white woman. Again, a woman, so someone in the margins, especially in this time in the 1800s, named Mary Torrens Lathrop. But it was yeah, it was co-opted from indigenous culture. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I went and did some research here, and the actor who portrayed Elvis and Elvis and Me that made me nervous was Mr. Dale Midkiff.
Dale, it's such a boring name.
It's such a boring name.
Dale Midkiff.
Look up Dale
That sounds
Midkiff.
like a fake name in like
Look
a
up
story
Dale.
of like a.
Look up Dale Midkiff.
Okay.
Dale Midkiff.
Okay, I get it.
You're
I
like,
share my
okay,
screen?
I get it.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, of course.
Can
you
people
share
see
your
this?
screen. No, people can't. Unless we put it on YouTube. There he is.
Dale Midkiff.
Yeah, but
I get-
Dale Midkiff, Elvis and Me, and you'll see what made me nervous as a 6-year-old, 7-year-old.
Okay, let's see. Elvis.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now that's what's interesting is that he kind of looks like my husband.
Yes. Yes.
Nell has a type.
No, definitely you have your type. Wow, that's so fascinating.
Isn't that funny?
That's incredible.
Dale Midkiff.
Elvis and Dale Midkiff. That's not a real name. That's literally not a real. That sounds like a name Rennie would come up with. Yeah.
Maybe that's his stage name. Maybe he has a different name.
Maybe
Dale.
Okay.
Maybe Dale is not Dale. Maybe Dale doesn't even have no, Dale is really Dale.
Dale Midkiff.
Dale Midkiff. All right. Anyway, who thought we'd say Dale Midkiff so many times on Saturday morning? Say it one more time.
Oh my God. Dale Midkiff.
Dale Midkiff. Maybe we can get Dale Midkiff's people and get an interview like, we just want to know all about you, Dale.
Yeah, how'd you get the gig?
How'd you get the
I'm
gig?
so curious.
Okay, so we've talked about our different Elvis songs. We've talked briefly about.
Can we talk about Elvis?
No, we have not talked about Elvis. Do you want to talk about Elvis?
I want to talk about Elvis. What was the origin of Elvis? When did you first begin to assume that alter ego?
I think probably when I want to say origin 2001.
Okay.
And I was living abroad. I was living in England. I was like, oh, Elvis is global. Like other people are as equally obsessed with Elvis as I am. And these people might actually love him more than Americans. Like, my Lord, the Brits love Elvis. So I think it was at karaoke. I love karaoke. It's one of my favorite things. And yeah, I think I did. What did I do? Suspicious Minds. And Holly, I have to give Holly credit for this. I think it was Holly. I'm pretty sure it was Holly. Friends that are listening, if it wasn't Holly, tell me.
Give credit where credit's due.
I think Holly penned it. It's Elvis. Elvis has entered the building, and I was like, oh, I can get into this. Like, I can get into this, creating this character. So then maybe it was Kayleen. Shit, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But what started happening was at people's weddings, people started to get married at a certain point in life. All these people start getting married, and you're like, everybody's married. I'm married. Everybody's getting married. So it's like you're on a tour. You're going all these weddings all the time. And sometimes people would request that I get up and do a Elvis. Or sometimes Elvis would just force her way onto the stage after having a few bevies, and then like, if the people are ready for this now, so you all can take a break. Like, I remember one bride was like, please don't do that at my wedding.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. You didn't ask for this entertainment. I'm just totally like inserting my need to perform.
Oh my God.
And Elvis is the vehicle in which I get Elvis up on the stage. But I just started doing it, and people were like, hell yeah, do another Elvis song. And so, yeah, and Elvis was born. And so what ended up happening was I had these gold shoes, these like gold lament, like they were like snake skin. They were from Aldo.
Oh my God.
They were cool. I think I got them in England. And they were like platform, very 70s disco. And when I would wear those, you knew.
Elvis.
that Elvis had entered the building. So I really love doing Suspicious Minds. I really love doing Burning Love. I really love doing, Walk a Mile in My Shoes. Elvis, yeah. And also, let me speak to this. Like, it is when I take on that persona, it is like I'm like tuning into a very real part of myself,
Yes.
which is this human being that feels a tremendous amount, and the music is a means, but his music and the music that he, of others that he sang, it's a portal into
Yes.
me being able to express things that I can't just in
Yes.
conversation. It's an embodiment.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's an embodiment exercise for my soul, my true self. And I should do it more because the reality is I love performing.
I
It's
feel the same
where
way.
it's the zone of genius. It's like I can perform. I'm not claiming to be a genius. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
the zone of genius means like I'm not trying.
Right.
I'm in it.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. Yeah, karaoke is so fun. And like doing Elvis at karaoke is like always gonna get people up and,
People,
and
oh,
going,
people
man.
love it.
People
People
love it.
love it.
People have a blast, because you can do like kind of the sadder Elvis songs and that gets people going, and you can do the more upbeat ones. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, dude. It's fantastic. I think that definitely future generations are going to remember Elvis because he's just legendary. He's a legend, and his performances stick with people. Like you watch it and you're just mesmerized, and that's like something that no matter how much we evolve, no matter how much like the future changes us, like him reaching us, giving us goosebumps, like speaking to our souls and inspiring us in a way that we haven't ever felt before by any other person or artist, like that's going to last forever. The way that he brought music out into the world and expressed it is not something that's going to be easily forgotten, unless it's done like systematically. But even then, I think, we have the songs in our hearts and we can continue to sing them, we don't need to, just like listen to it externally to remember Elvis. Like we can just continue to like share it with people all over just from within our hearts. That's why I think singing and music is so important because, yeah, we can just do it anytime we want. It's beautiful.
It's inside you.
It's inside you.
It's inside you.
You've got the music in you.
You got the music in you.
Yes.
You've got the music in you.
And I think songs like that are very impactful, that Elvis has done. What's the one I'm blanking? Like the social justice song. If I Can Dream. If I Can Dream, songs like that are going to continue to be relevant. The more that we evolve into a more inclusive society, the more that we imagine a future that works for everyone, those songs are going to propel us into the future that are going to make everything better.
Well, I mean, he's working with the Black tradition, right, of Black social justice tradition of one song. It's a powerful modality, an expression of the soul for political purposes, but also we have to hold dreams.
Yes.
We have to be able to hold dreams. We have to be able to hold visions.
Correct.
If anything is to become, anything that has become has come from a dream. And so to hold a dream and to hold a vision, and if that is done through music, even more so powerful, because oh my God, I'm having an aha moment. Like the more people that sing the songs, it's an incantation.
Correct.
So the more that you sing it, it's speaking it into existence.
It becomes tradition.
So So this makes me want to so this then makes me want to have like some whole like embodiment practice around with different artists. I mean, I guess this is kind of like the class, what I do, but almost like just allowing, I'm going to do that next week. Instead of my usual yoga, I'm going to listen to maybe a different Elvis song, maybe start off with Elvis and just see how my body wants to move in the morning.
Yes.
And
I like that.
what that intuitive choice to pick a song that morning, how that sets me up for the day by allowing myself to feel it and express it. Yeah, I don't know. That just came to me. I think that's wisdom I should listen to.
I like that a lot. And then let it, let you get in tune with your body to get started with the day, and let that attunement, lead you through the day.
Because Elvis was very much in his body. I mean, as a performer, that's what I'm talking about. Like, he was attuned, he was in it.
Yeah.
That's also what made him real sexy, is that man felt himself.
Yeah.
He was very aware of like how he moved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is a really powerful thing. Like, without Elvis's physicality, would he have been as impactful? I don't know.
I'm curious to know, if there was this part of Elvis that was like, if I don't give them everything, will I still be relevant?
Will I be liked? Will I be loved?
Will I be successful? So that brings into, I mean, that might be me projecting, but I think like, I think he was in it, but he was also on lots of stimulants. He was on a lot of stuff, and I'm just curious, like if the Elvis that we were, like, we say authentic and everything, was it really Elvis, or was Elvis, just hiding behind the wall of drugs, trying to just like continue to, who was he really? I think
that's why that's why we can say it's a legend,
right?
Because everything that we've discussed,
yes,
is based on smoke and mirrors and an industry.
Right. Mystery.
I don't think he would be the icon that he is without the mystery. I think all icons have an element,
yes,
right,
well,
of mystery.
They also don't really want to fully be known.
No,
because that's very vulnerable, and also that's not, to be fully known isn't profitable.
Oh, damn.
To be fully known and to be like healthy in that regard is not something that you can make profit off of. Wow, that's an aha moment.
Oh, damn, Mary.
Yeah. But yeah,
moving on.
Moving on, I just want to say, Elvis is fantastic. There's definitely some new artists that I'm really liking right now that embody a healthier, more sound and inclusive mindset with performing and like keeping themselves safe from the exploits of music industry. One of them is Chapel Roan. Nell, you should look her up. She's fantastic. Okay. She's definitely like in a boom right now. She's been making music since like I think 2017 or 2018. But she's like,
what's her name? What's her name?
Chapel Roan. CHAPP.
I found her.
Okay. Very like much like nodding to like 80s femme rock pop, gay pop type energy. But then she also has this like incredible, it's like Cyndi Lauper-esque kind of voice.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but
she
then
looks
it's
like
also
Cyndi. Yeah, this is very 80s throwback.
It's very 80s throwback, and there's actually a lot of new pop artists that are kind of like getting back into this. But Chapel is great because she's super young. She's like younger than I am, and she's blowing up, and she's very much calling out the things that I've been calling out of like the music industry like wants to run you into the ground, wants to just treat you and treat you like garbage and just like use you for money. I think people like Taylor Swift are interesting because it's like I think that she's done a good job of like re-releasing her music as her own rather than like letting the music industry like buy her music and then make it really big. Like she did her whole thing of like Taylor's version. So I think that's like super respectable. Not a huge Taylor fan like music wise, but like I think that it's pretty cool what she's done there. And then, but Chapel is really great because she's specifically called out like, yeah, if you're doing well, like in music, you're very likely not doing well yourself.
Mhm. Yeah.
Naming that, saying that is like really incredible. And then she's also done like groundbreaking work around like setting boundaries for herself and her privacy. So because she's growing like really, really big right now, people are like, Chapel, like wanting to take pictures, like thinking that they're entitled to her time and like her
Yeah.
touching her and stuff. And she's like, no, like just because I'm famous and just because like I'm an artist and I chose this does not mean like I owe you like selfies. I owe you like being able to touch me. Like, don't act like you know me either, because like just because you resonate with my music, just because I post on TikTok or whatever, doesn't mean you actually know me. And Chapel is like her stage name. So like I feel like even like tying to like Elvis, like there was probably people who thought that they knew Elvis so deeply, and then
Sure.
he can't ever really show them who he really is
No.
because it would shatter everything, right? So her whole thing is like she's trying to like keep her real name like out of people's mouths. She doesn't want people to like fully know her because that is not anyone's business unless she's like, I feel like also as a feminist, like it's groundbreaking that she's doing all this and she's being met with hate. Like people are like, oh, she's like so entitled, like, oh, she's a bitch, like I can't believe like she's rejecting her fans like that, when literally she's just like protecting herself.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a who's the system built for?
Exactly. And she literally says, if you are the kind of person who's getting triggered by this right now, instead of like going to a comment section or anything like that, like maybe just like ask yourself, why are you being so upset that a woman is setting boundary for herself, for her safety and well-being? Ask yourself that. And I was like, damn, Chapel, damn. So she's totally like rewriting the script, and I love that, and I support that. As a performer who also gives her all on the stage, goes hardcore physically, like just giving it her all. She's performed on some of the late night shows, which you should watch. Also just like gay icon, love her. Yeah, it's pretty incredible to have like a sapphic gay queen in pop culture right now.
Okay. I don't know who I'm listening to that I really am getting down with. Not anybody like Elvis. I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to what I always listen to, which is old music. I guess I've been listening to Mapache. I like Mapache.
What is that?
They're like a duo. It's like a vibe of like the Beatles with like the Mamas and the Papas, like that Laurel Canyon vibe.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. And they sing a lot of songs. They're like a duo of dudes. I mean, they're definitely like, hipsters probably from Los Angeles that got into David Crosby's wardrobe and took everything that he had from 1966. But they're good. They do a lot of songs in Spanish, which I like, that are like kind of chill. Yeah, Mapache, Mapache.
Yeah, I'll check them out.
Yeah, just chill, like good vibes, like
yeah,
60s, 70s vibes. That's all I have. It's been a long summer's closing, guys.
Yeah.
I'm into this as we finish up and transition out of this episode. Let's talk a little bit about the transition of the seasons. And Mary, do you have anything upcoming that you're excited about as we move into the cooler months of the year here on the East Coast?
Some things I'm excited about. Carter and I and some of our old Virginia Tech friends are going on like a little friends trip.
To be clear, you have friends that are old, or are they just friends? Never mind. That's your.
You know what I mean.
Mary and Carter hang out with these old Hokies.
But yeah, we're doing like a little friends trip to kind of close out the summer. Also,
Where?
next week is Carter's birthday. Lancaster, Virginia. It's like Northern Neck kind of area.
Oh yeah,
it's on the Rappahannock.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be super fun. We're gonna be there for like a long weekend.
You gotta get some oysters.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Gonna definitely hit the seafood bar. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's some like cute little like boutique wineries there too, which are gonna be super cool.
Fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's exciting. And then we're going to San Diego in October, which is gonna be like perfect possible time. Cameron.
Cam's getting
married.
It's the wedding.
Yeah, it's happening. Yep. Yep. So that's really,
Ooh,
I'm
San
so
Diego
excited.
in October is going to be amazing.
Encinitas in early October.
Here,
Shut the front door.
okay. You went during
At
the
the
June
San
gloom
Diego,
last time.
yeah,
Yeah, now
at
you're
the San
going
Diego
at
Botanical
primo.
Gardens. Get out of here. It's gonna be
You gotta
awesome.
go. Did you go to Balboa Park when you were there the last time?
We did not. We didn't have time.
So good.
We
Do it
might
this
have time this time. Yeah, we're gonna drive down to PCH, so I'm very excited about that.
Oh,
Yeah, delightful. So I'm so ready for my
California.
SoCal fall. And then after
SoCal
that,
fall.
yeah, nothing too crazy. Nell and I are going to see Weezer in a few weeks.
Okay.
Weezer, Flaming Lips, Dance for
Thank
Junior.
you. So,
Yeah.
so the generations entwined. My
Yep.
sister, it was like, I bought us tickets to go see Weezer, Dinosaur Jr., and Flaming Lips, and I was like, I didn't even know Mary knew who Dinosaur Jr. was. This is great. I'm pumped. It's going to be a 90s night, and it was the 90s.
It was the 90s. It's an early birthday present for my sissy.
Oh,
And it's going to be
Sissy.
radical.
We're going to have a
We're going to have a great
blast.
time. We're going to have a blast. It's going to be so
Well,
good.
that's going to start me off on Nell's whirlwind tour. Don't worry, ain't no bitches on my train. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I am going on a whistle stop tour of South Carolina with my dearest friend and sister and partner in business, Dr. Lindsay Vance. We're going on a whistle stop tour around South Carolina to do these focus group sessions, which is awesome, on a statewide level poverty study. Super powerful work. And then I come back and I have a few days to rest, and then I go out to the canyon, which will be awesome to facilitate the solo experience. And then I'm going to spend the night with you, newsflash, and then get on a plane and go to London. London. So fall's going to be nails on the road, nails on the road. But then I'm super stoked to come home and have Thanksgiving with all the best.
We're going to be
It's
so
gonna be
relaxed.
great. Chill, just relaxing.
No one has to do anything.
Oh,
yeah. The goal is to just relax.
The goal is the less you do, the more you do, everybody.
That's literally the point. That's why we're doing
We should get t-shirts for everybody for Thanksgiving that say that.
I like it. I will do that. I
think they should be, I think they should be black with simple white font.
Correct. Very basic.
Like typewriter font. The less you do, the more
just
you
easy.
do.
Yeah. I love it.
I
will coordinate that. I will make
that. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. We hope you're still listening. We've enjoyed this, talking about Elvis and breaking things down. And I love sharing Elvis time with you, Sissy. We always listen to Elvis when we're together.
I know.
It's an important part. Let's take it back to the framework.
Sissy time.
Sissy time. Did you remember the equation? Do you remember?
I remember.
Okay, what's it?
It is nourishment, creativity, and rest.
So how does the Elvis fit into all that for you?
I think Elvis definitely sparks my creativity.
Mm-hmm.
It gets me inspired. It gets me wanting to sing. It gets me wanting to dance, which is creativity.
That's it.
It also, if we're talking about like, if I can dream, like it gets me creative in imagining a better future.
What else?
Imagining ways that I can organize and like make changes and empower other people.
That's right.
And uplift other people.
That's right.
Yeah. And then it's nourishing for the soul. It nourishes sissy time. Like I feel like we nourish ourselves when we're together, and I'm just very grateful for that. Rest. I think about all that Elvis went through, and I think that makes me want to rest for him. Yeah. I
second all of that. I think he nourishes my soul. The music and the lineage that he's channeling speaks very much to how I feel things deeply. I think that's I think that's what nourishes me, is like there's this other, I can listen to something and immediately tap into it's like a recognition of my soul, and that recognition is food for the soul. The soul wants to be heard and seen, right? And so often we don't give that recognition to the soul, which is love, self-love. And then in terms of creativity, exactly what you said. I couldn't say it any better. Second that emotion. And then rest. Yeah, dude. Homeboy was in a Ferrari his whole life. I mean, I think it's like a warning. I think
Yes.
looking at how he lived his life and he made that choice.
Yeah.
He had a tremendous amount of agency. And like, I don't want to live my life like that.
It's a lesson.
It
is a lesson for sure.
And like with substances, like,
yes,
they're dangerous and they can be addictive. And we've lost so many great artists because of that need to self-medicate, because of the depth of feeling, I think, and the toxicity of the industry, like you spoke to. So yeah, man, like, no, I don't want to do any of that. It says, yeah. And that's also like a legend. Like, you don't want to go out like that
exactly.
He died on the can, man. Thank you, Elvis.
So thank you, Elvis. We love you.
Thank you, Elvis. We feel you. We feel you.
Keep you alive. Yes, and we know people who also keep you alive and keep your memory alive. And we continue to live into the imagination that you shared with the world.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, Sissy, I love you.
Thank you, all of our listeners.
Thank you,
and our viewers.
Let us know what your favorite song is. Elvis song.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear about it.
Would love to hear what y'all think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking next episode we should do like Ask Me Anything now. Maybe we can like put out a questionnaire on Instagram and people can ask us stuff. And then also we need to answer a couple questions that came through the Spotify. So if you all have any questions, I'll put a thing on the Spotify and you can comment on the YouTube video. Any questions you have or like topics you want us to cover in the future, or if you want to be on the show, just put that in the Spotify box or the YouTube comments or direct message now, and we can make that happen. We're so excited.
Like and subscribe.
We're gonna
like and subscribe and share with your friends.
Yes, we love doing this. I love
it. It's so much funny. It's so much funny.
It's so much fun. It's so much funny.
It's so much funny. That's what
I love
Daddy
doing
would
this
say.
with my Sissy.
It's so much funny.
Oh, I love you, Sissy. Bye, everybody.